Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for the next exciting installment in the Formula A World Championship. Welcome along to round number 12 of the season. This is the Belgian Grand Prix. The Drivers' Championship continues to get tighter and tighter as the season reaches its climax. If Sofi Sevilla can finish higher than Alexia Pernet in today's race, she'll assume the championship lead, but she'll have to hold off Milton Vervay, who's won 3 of the last 5 races and could very well win a 4th race here today. Here's the track then, the beautiful Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Steeped in racing history, this track takes our drivers on a whirlwind through the Belgian forest. 20 corners, 9 to the left and 11 to the right. One of our shorter races today will be contesting just 9 laps. We only hope for a race as exciting as Michael Schumacher's 1995 victory from 16th on the grid, and not for a start as damaging to the cars as 1998's pile-up taking place just after turn 1. Let's have a look then at the starting grid for today's race. It's Sofi Sevilla for Abbey Grand Prix on pole position. She can take the championship lead today if she finishes higher than Alexia Pernet. Vervay starts in 2nd place for Apex UK, then it's Sergio Arbeloa in 3rd place, and Chloe Thomas starting from 4th. Alexia Pernet starts 5th. She leads the championship, but it may not be for much longer. She only leads by 2 points to Sevilla. As Pascal Becker knocks one of his better qualifying positions in 6th place. Luciato and Oscar Diaz start behind these 2 front runners. Then it's Manuel Hadre starting in 9th place, followed closely by Scott Price for General RT, rounding out the top 10. Then there's Eduardo Melo for XCT and rookie Joe Daly for Dalton Moore. Moving on now to row number 7, it's Lucas Favorani alongside Liam Turton for Thornton. Then it's Max Schmidt for Ruiz and Nathan Dagnot trying to beat Turton once again today. He lines up 16th for Abbey Academy. Moving on now to row number 9, it's William Evans for his teammate for Abbey Academy, and Bruno Cabral in near Thornton. That's Mick Willam for Axel 76 Motorsport, and Luigi Marchetta once again nearing the back of the grid from MotoGP. On the final row is Eric Turner, and once again Riku Tanaka rounds them out. So with that, let's go down to the grid for the start of what I'm sure will be another exciting Belgian Grand Prix. A mere 2 points separating Sofi Sevilla, who starts on pole today, from our championship leader Alexia Pernet. Will we see a new leader in the Drivers' Championship come the end of today's race? The Belgian Grand Prix, we go to 5 red lights here at Spa. The lights go out and we are underway. It's a good pull get away from Sevilla down towards turn 1. She's got Vervay on the outside. I don't think he's close enough. He's going to try... He's close right back in there. He goes around the outside, and there goes Vervay up into the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix right away off the start. And I thought initially Sevilla had the better getaway, but Vervay's taking the lead just like that. Up through Eau Rouge they go. Vervay now in control of this race just like that. He's won the last 2 races in this season, and he'll be looking to add a 4th victory to his collection here today. Down the stretch they come. It's Sevilla who's on the right-hand side looking to make a move, going into the right-hander. Here they come. It's going to be close. It's Vervay who pulls away. He has the edge. He'll take away the early lead on the first lap of this Belgian Grand Prix. Chloe Thomas up into 3rd. And it's Sergio Arbeloa down into 5th place. Pascal Becker, this is the highest he's run in many races this season. He runs 4th. Alexia Pernet has lost a place in the start. She's down in 6th. And that will be costly for her in the World Championship, as it will mean, if things stay the same, Sofi Sevilla takes the lead by a good number of points, considering there's only 2 points between them coming into today. I think she's not done yet. I think she wants another go at Vervay, so she's going to try and come back again. Vervay defends the left-hand side, going into the right-hander. Very close racing here. We're waiting for Sevilla to make that move, going into the 3rd sector where a lot of overtakes can happen. The top 3 have pulled away here. Chloe Thomas trying to stay with these 2. But here comes Sevilla. She'll be looking for an opportunity to try and take the lead away, going through these next couple of left-handers. Here they come. It's going to be a tight one. There she goes to the inside, but Vervay shuts her off and still has the momentum. Sevilla's still very close. She could have another go going into the last chicane. It's going to be, like I say, it's going to be very tight. She pulls out to the left-hand side. Will she try and switch back there? She goes up the inside. No lock-up. She's on the inside, but Vervay shuts her down once more. And Milton Vervay will hold on to the lead. But he's got both Abbey Grand Prix cars chasing him down at the end of what has been a very exciting opening lap of this Belgian Grand Prix. Chloe Thomas sets the fastest lap at 1:55.2, about a second separating the top 3 alone. Pascal Becker still running in 4th. No doubt Arbeloa will be wanting to fight back as soon as they can. This could be a really good weekend for Sofi Sevilla because her championship rivals currently run down in 5th and 6th. Of course, Vervay's been closing in recent races. He's around 25 points behind now. So, of course, he's still got work to do. This one definitely is not over. Down the straight they come. All single file here. Here's Luigi Marchetta, who's got one of the Ruiz cars making a move for that position. Down the straight they come. Will the Ruiz driver try the switchback? I'm not quite sure who's got behind him. I believe that is Max Schmidt. Yep, and it is. But Marchetta manages to hold him off. The German didn't quite get the slipstream he would have wanted down that straight. Rico Tanaka, Marchetta's teammate, still running in last place. So, of course, he hasn't had the best of starts. He's been renowned this season for making up many places throughout the course of a Grand Prix. Hopefully for his sake, he'll continue that trend and hopefully push forward towards the front of the pack. Arbeloa trying to challenge his teammate for that fourth spot. And very close between those two. They run nose to tail, and Pernet is going to look to try and join that fight as well. She needs to gain places back in order to reclaim the lead of the championship. But I think even if she finishes behind Sofi Sevilla, no matter where she finishes, Sevilla will take the points lead away today. So things are looking very grim for Alexia Pernet, whose championship rival Sevilla currently runs in second place behind Pernet's teammate Milton Vervay, who of course leads the race. Through the last chicane they come here. The Brit still in control, off of the last corner and towards the line once more. Chloe Thomas losing ground on Sevilla, who's subsequently losing ground on Vervay. Arbeloa is still very close. We could try and go for a move heading towards Eau Rouge. Through the right-hander at turn 1 and back down the hill they come. Pernet still running in 6th place. And it's Oscar Diaz, Scott Price, Luca Gatto and Mohamed El Hadre, the top 10. So Vervay definitely pulling away here. Sevilla still running P2. As I say, very crucial for the championship that Sevilla finishes ahead of Pernet today and she can take that lead away. So take a look at the positions gained and lost here so far from these first few laps. Vervay has gained 1 place at the expense of our pole sitter. Chloe Thomas has gained 1 place, Pascal Becker 2. Arbeloa has lost 2, Pernet has lost 1. Oscar Diaz has gained 1 place, Scott Price has gained 2, and they've gained those places at the expense of Luca Gatto and El Hadri, who have lost 2 and 1 places respectively. Here's Oscar Diaz, still running in that P7 position. He's been considered one of the best. He's been considered the best of the rest throughout this season. Of course, he only backed it up with a victory in Turkey. Pernet closing now on Arbeloa, who of course did fall back in the championship in recent races. He's made a mistake though. He's locked up off the exit of the corner, and this could be a very good opportunity for Pernet to try and attack. She's right there now. She's run a lot lower line than Arbeloa, who's managed to have the better getaway out of the corner. But here she comes. Which way will she go? Riding on board with Pernet now. She looks to try and make a move. She's on the inside. Arbeloa makes a move similar to what Vervay did to Sevilla in turn 1. Sorry, not in turn 1, on lap 1, my bad. That still being shut off there. So unfortunate for Pernet, she's still got work to do. And she's going to want to try and gain as many places back as she can before Sevilla and Vervay pull away too much. Speaking of pulling away the gap now, 1.3 seconds between Vervay and Sevilla. So like I say, he'll be looking to add a 4th victory to his collection, and he's suddenly becoming a championship threat. He's been getting closer and closer in recent races, and looking back around 6 races ago, you never really would have thought that he would have been positioned to win. He hadn't had any wins for the first 6 races. That just shows how close this championship can get. Despite how vast the points gaps can look at times, there's just how close Formula A can be, and it's been a real treat for us in its first season of competition. Sevilla still in second, needs to squeeze some extra pace out of the Abbey Grand Prix machine in order to close back up to the Brit. Chloe Thomas running 3rd. She hasn't been as good as her teammate so far this season. She runs 5th in the Drivers' Championship behind Vervay. However, she's unable to be gaining any more places due to the fact that those 4 are just pulling away from her in the standings. And similar to how they're pulling away from her in this race, she's unable to close up to her teammate, who, as I say, may be the new championship leader come the end of this race, provided that nothing happens to her. And one thing that is for sure, Milton Vervay will definitely have closed in that a little bit more if he continues this trend and keeps on pulling away. He's got the gap up to 1.6 seconds now. So he's gained almost half a second in the space of 1 lap. At this rate, he may be leading the race by about 4 seconds come the end of the Grand Prix. Of course, Spa, quite a long track in comparison to other ones. El Hadre going for that move, not quite making it there. Eric Turner made a bit of a mistake. We're running in front of William Evans. Is the Abbey Academy driver close enough? No, he's not, but I think he may have a problem of some kind. Evans is slowing up. Tanaka's found his way past. There's definitely an issue on the Abbey Academy machine, and that will not bode well for William Evans. He's already had a hard time this season living up to the heights of his teammate Nathan Dagnot, who of course has scored points on multiple occasions. What's going on with the Americans' machine? He's in the pits now. If we look on the cockpit, electrical problem is the issue for William Evans. I doubt that'll be enough to make him retire. He looks like he's pulling into the pits here, but very unfortunate for him. Vervay still continues to stretch his lead by a decent margin. Chloe Thomas still in third there. Becker still running fourth. He's doing a very good job there. As you see, William Evans has now reached his pit box. They'll be doing work on the car to make sure that he can get back out on track. But Pascal Becker, as I was saying, doing quite well today. This is one of his. If he can hold on to this will be one of his better finishes. But he's still got both Arbeloa and Pernet behind him. Of course, those two appeared very strong this season. They've run in the top 3 in the Drivers' Championship for the majority of the year. And now Becker has them both caught behind him. And I'll have to hope that he has enough to keep them behind him, for that matter. Arbeloa looks to be trying to close in. The gap still remains half a second. Pernet closing in on Arbeloa though, as the sectors and the laps go by. These three running very close to each other as they come through the last couple of corners now. Vervay still really controlling this race by a decent margin. He's got a big lead. And here comes Becker through the last corner. Arbeloa trying to close in on his German teammate. Pernet definitely closing the gap between herself and the Mexican as they go into turn 1. Look at Gatto currently running behind his teammate Scott Price. Gatto has definitely been the faster driver between the two at Jaguar RT this season, and he is being tipped for that fireside seat if they choose to get rid of Pascal Becker, which if he keeps on performing the way he's been performing today, I see no reason why they should get rid of him. Look at positions gained and lost here. Still remains exactly the same as it was when we last saw it. Vervay still leading, Sevilla running in second, and Thomas in third place. Gatto has fallen away here from Scott Price. But as I was saying, Gatto being tipped for the fireside seat if Becker's performances don't improve, then there is a good chance that they get rid of him. But currently he's still running in P4. Arbeloa looks to be closing on him. Pernet now looks to be falling away. Gap has definitely increased. And it does look more and more likely that Sofi Sevilla will take the championship lead away today. This needed to be the weekend. If Pernet was going to run 6, this needs to be the weekend where Arbeloa needs to gap into those podium places to really give himself a chance at contending for the Drivers' Championship. He may lose out on his third place position to Milton Vervay soon if he doesn't get his act together and start. He needs to get some more victories under his belt as Becker holds off Arbeloa. More victories need to come from the Fireside team in order for them to really contend for the Drivers' Championship, because the Constructors' Championship at this point looks out of the question. 3 more laps to go now for Milton Vervay. He's been in complete control since he took the lead at turn 1, and this has been another race for him where he's been the master of starts, and that it's paid off for him. He's managed to survive the opening onslaught from the Abbey Grand Prix cars, and this is where it's got him in the lead by a good 2.5 seconds. El Hadre right behind Gatto going through turn 1. Keeping a close eye on this battle because Baltimore are looking to try and close up in the championship. They're trying to win that battle for 4th place with Jaguar RT and XCT. It's been a closely fought fight so far this season, but El Hadre's been having to make up for the performances of his rookie teammate Joe Daly as Gatto pulls over. It looks like he's got a problem of some kind, and that is definite confirmation. He wouldn't just drive over to the side for no reason. Luca Gatto is out of the Belgian Grand Prix. We're not quite sure why, but the race looks to be over for him as the marshal pushes his car out of the way. A suspension issue, what is what race control is telling me. And for that reason, Gatto is out of the Belgian Grand Prix. And that could be costly for Jaguar RT, as that's allowed Joe Daly up into the points. Fortunately for Jaguar RT, Scott Price will still be gaining more points than Delta Moore cars put together, as it's 4 points for 8th place and only 3 points for 9th and 10th. 4 points for 8th place, just to confirm I said that, because I don't feel like I said it right. Pernet's close right back in now. Will she try and go for a move on the onto the right hand side? Becca still defending from Arbeloa. Pernet chooses not to make a move. Very smart choice there. Her teammate Vervay crosses the line. He's got just 2 more laps left of this thing, and Sevilla really needs to start closing some time now. But the focus is now on this battle for 4th place. The podium places appear to be wrapped up, as do the places here for the remainder of the top 6. The question is, what order will they finish in? Becca still holding on to P4 as they run down towards Eau Rouge once again. If Becca can get a good exit here, there'll be less chance of Arbeloa making that move. You can see the momentum he's gaining here. He's getting really close once more. He's definitely closing in. Top 3 pull away in the distance. With Gatto's retirement, the top 10 now spaced out once more. Sevilla still in control of that 2nd place spot, and this is all she needs to be doing today to take the championship lead. That was her aim for this race, and she is accomplishing that aim, provided she holds on for the next 1.5 laps. Of course, next time I will be heading to Mexico, which will be hopefully another good spectacle as the championship gets closer and closer, with just 4 rounds remaining after this one. Mexico, Abu Dhabi, and then Baku, and finally Interlagos, Brazil. So if we can have a four-man showdown heading to that final round, then we'll be in for definitely a great spectacle to end the season. Eduardo Melo holding off, I believe that's Lucas Favorani behind him. We'll be able to see from the number, yes, that does look like Favorani's car. Bolan's just slightly further back. Arbeloa on the inside, going for 4th once again, but unable to make that move, but he's still right there. It's going to be very close. He's got no worries about Pernet behind him. He pulls out to the left-hand side. Will he try to switch back similar to Sevilla on lap 1? Unable to do so, but Vervay now heading to start his final lap of this Belgian Grand Prix. Is Liam Turton running in the 15th spot over his teammate Bruno Cabral, trying to close in on that battle. Mick Wallin is quite a way ahead of him. He's currently he's got a good seat for the battle between Melo and Favorani for 11th place. Pernet closing right in on Arbeloa now. Can she try and take P5 on this last lap of the Grand Prix? I mean, wouldn't be the first time that we've seen an Apex driver taking a place away from a fireside machine on the last lap of a race. Vervay did it at Silverstone. It looks like Pernet's trying to do it here at Spa. She's on the inside. It's going to be tight, and she gets it. Alexia Pernet up into P5, and this race might not be over. Will she try and get close enough to go for Becca in these last couple of laps? She may be pulling out all the stops on this last lap of the Grand Prix, and it's helped her. She's managed to gain some more points at the expense of Arbeloa, who will no doubt perhaps even lose a place in the championship. Depends on if Vervay can come all the way around and finish this Grand Prix as he's been doing it in spectacular fashion so far. Pernet now trying to close up to Becca. We'll keep an eye on this battle, but Vervay is heading for the checkered flag here, and that'll be his 4th victory of the season, his 3rd on the trot. He's won in Canada, he's won in Hungary, he took the win last time out of USA. It looks like he is about to take that 3rd straight win. Here he comes through the last couple of corners now. He's absolutely dominated this race. Once again, the master on the start has proved himself, proved his worth, and he is setting himself up for a championship threatening challenge. Here he comes off the last corner. It's Milton Vervay for his 4th victory of the season, his 3rd straight. Milton Vervay wins the Belgian Grand Prix here at Spa. Sofi Sevilla comes home 2nd. Chloe Thomas completes the podium, and Pascal Becker will hold on to P4 over Pernet, who comes home 5th. Arbeloa in 6th. Well, that was an exciting race. Give Pernet one more lap, and she might have just managed to get around Becker, but unable to do so. There she goes, just making that pass through turn 1. Doesn't mean much now, but Vervay is the winner of the Belgian Grand Prix. Up through Eau Rouge he goes. Another successful outing for the young British driver for Apex UK. Vervay takes the victory. Well, that was a very enjoyable Belgian Grand Prix indeed. We'll take a look now at the final classification from today's race. Milton Vervay wins the race by a good 3 to 4 seconds over Sofi Sevilla. Chloe Thomas rounds off the podium. Pascal Becker notches one of his best finishes of the season. He finishes in 4th. Alexia Pernet rounds out the top 5. You got a feel for Luke Gatto, who retired with that suspension failure, and Eduardo Melo, who actually must have DNF'd on the last lap. We didn't quite catch that, but he's fallen down to 21st. Looking at the Drivers' Championship, and it has changed. We have a new championship leader in Sofi Sevilla, who returns to the top of the standings by 6 points over Alexia Pernet. Milton Vervay has now jumped into 3rd. He's only 21 points back now, so this championship is getting closer and closer, and has finally become a 4-driver race. Looking now at the Constructors' Championship, it's still a 2-horse race, with Apex continuing to pull away. 29 points separating them from Abbey Grand Prix. Fireside still in 3rd, and XCT down in 4th. Well, thank you for tuning in to another exciting Formula A Grand Prix. We'll see you at the next race, the Mexican Grand Prix. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you later.